Breaking news! The Los Angeles Chargers just stunned the football world with an unexpected twist ahead of their Week 2 clash against the Raiders. What happened on that offensive line has analysts talking, fans buzzing, and rivals suddenly paying attention. Stick around, because this is news you don't want to miss. The Chargers entered Week 1 with plenty of questions about their offensive line. Missing key starters, shifting players into new roles, and facing serious doubts, many expected trouble in the trenches. But what unfolded shocked everyone. Pro Football Focus released their offensive line rankings ahead of Week 2, and to the surprise of nearly everyone, the Chargers skyrocketed into the top 6. That's right, moving up 4 spots after a single game. Philadelphia leads the list, followed by Denver, Buffalo, Indianapolis, and Baltimore, and then, right there at number 6, the Los Angeles Chargers. Now here's where it gets really impressive. Despite losing their starting left tackle, rookie Joe Alt stepped in on the blind side and played like a seasoned pro. He didn't allow a single pressure. In fact, his 91.4 pass blocking grade was the highest among all NFL offensive linemen in Week 1. That's not just good, that's elite. And it wasn't just Alt. Trey Pipkins, Zion Johnson, and former Eagles lineman Bradley Bozeman all held their ground. Bozeman, who wasn't even at full strength after being sick last week, didn't give up a single pressure and still managed an outstanding 88.1 grade. That kind of toughness sets the tone for the entire unit. But before we dive deeper into this incredible story, a quick reminder, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to ring the bell icon so you never miss the latest NFL breaking news. Now, let's get back to the action. The Chargers' offensive line was supposed to be a weakness. Instead, it became one of the biggest surprises of Week 1. With this kind of protection up front, the Chargers suddenly look far more dangerous as they prepare for the Raiders. If Week 1 was any indication, this unit could be the key that unlocks the Chargers' potential all season long. The breakout star of Week 1? None other than rookie left tackle Joe Alt. We expected him to be good, but nobody predicted he would look this polished, this fast. He anchored the blind side with confidence, and suddenly the entire offensive line started to click. But here's the real surprise. It wasn't just Alt. Trey Pipkins, a player many doubted could hold up in pressure situations, stood tall. Zion Johnson and Bradley Bozeman? Both answered the call as well. Together, they created a front line that gave Justin Herbert exactly what he needed: time to operate, space to move, and a chance to lead. And Herbert used that protection brilliantly. He didn't just rely on his arm, he extended plays with his legs, picking up a crucial first down late in the game that sealed the Chargers' momentum. That's the kind of quarterback play that turns an offensive line's hard work into victory. The biggest shock coming out of Week 1 is simple: even with injuries, the Chargers still have a reliable offensive line. A unit that was once viewed as a weakness suddenly looks like one of the most promising storylines of the season. And it doesn't stop there. All the off-season questions? One by one, they're being answered. Could a Marion Hampton make an impact? Yes, he can. Would Keenan Allen still deliver at a high level? Absolutely. Were the Chargers' weapons on the outside going to show up? Without a doubt. And now, as if the drama wasn't big enough, Week 2 brings another twist: Pete Carroll versus Jim Harbaugh. A coaching rivalry that started in college football and carried into the NFL is about to take center stage again, this time with the Chargers and Raiders squaring off. It's a matchup layered with history, intensity, and two coaches who know exactly how to push each other to the limit. This matchup doesn't just pit two AFC West rivals against each other, it's a showcase of two legendary coaches who simply know how to win. Pete Carroll may not always get the spotlight, but his resume speaks for itself. At 73, he's still bringing fire, discipline, and creativity to the game. Every time people count him out, he finds a way to rebuild, reshape, and remind the league why he's one of the greats. And then, of course, there's Jim Harbaugh, a coach who thrives on physical football, toughness, and turning doubters into believers. Wherever he goes, he lifts teams out of mediocrity and into contention. That's why every time Carroll and Harbaugh square off, it feels less like a regular season game and more like a heavyweight showdown. Carroll himself has been vocal about his respect for the Chargers under Harbaugh. He called them a complete team, one that can run the ball, play physical defense, and execute on special teams. That's high praise, especially from a coach who rarely throws compliments around. Both of these teams know what it feels like to struggle, to be written off, to live through those rebuilding years that never seem to end. And now, suddenly, both franchises are rising again. Their Week 1 wins weren't just victories, they were statements. Statements that say, we're back, and we're ready to contend. What's striking about this season is the contrast. When you look back at the Brandon Staley era, it felt like the Chargers were constantly close, a play here, a decision there, but never truly in control. Now, under Jim Harbaugh, the difference is obvious. This is what it looks like when a team finally has the right leader. The culture is sharper, the execution is cleaner, and the confidence is undeniable. And here's where the drama kicks in, Harbaugh versus Carroll. Both coaches may say all the right things at press conferences, but make no mistake, there is no love lost here. Their history is long, competitive, and fiery. The players feel it, the franchises feel it, and the fans? They're about to witness another chapter in a rivalry that never disappoints. The stage is set, and both teams are entering this battle with momentum. The Chargers have climbed into the top 10 of the power rankings, sitting at number 9 after a strong Week 1 performance. Sure, power rankings don't decide championships, but they tell you how the league views you, and right now, the Chargers are officially in that contender conversation. Analytics even give Los Angeles nearly a 70% chance to make the playoffs. Numbers aren't everything, but they capture what we can all see with our own eyes. This is no longer the same old Chargers. And at the heart of it all is Justin Herbert. His Week 1 performance was calm, precise, and explosive when it needed to be. An 84 overall grade, 3 touchdown passes, and the poise of a quarterback who looks ready to take that next step. So, could this finally be the year where the Chargers put it all together? At this point, it doesn't even feel like a question. It feels like the beginning of something real, something this franchise has been chasing for a long, long time. Right now, the Los Angeles Chargers look like a team built on balance. On one side, you've got Justin Herbert operating behind an offensive line that stunned everyone in Week 1. On the other side, a defense that many expected to struggle, but instead delivered one of the most disciplined performances in the league. And here's the fascinating part, this defense isn't stacked with household names. Outside of stars like Derwin James, you don't see a lineup full of superstars. Yet they're flying to the ball, closing gaps, and making plays as if they've been overlooked for too long. Sometimes, it's not about names on paper, it's about how a unit responds when the lights are on. The offensive line deserves just as much credit. In Week 1, they allowed only 8 total pressures across the entire game. No sacks. No quarterback hits. Think about that, 41 dropbacks, and Herbert walked away without a single hit. That kind of protection changes everything. It gives a quarterback the confidence to stand tall, scan the field, and make the big throws without rushing. And when Herbert is that comfortable, the Chargers can beat anyone. A 90 pass blocking efficiency rating puts them among the elite after just one game, and if they keep this up, the AFC is going to have a serious problem on its hands. What makes this so exciting is what lies ahead. If Los Angeles takes care of business in Week 2, they won't just be 2-0. They'll be 2-0 in the division, which is massive in a race as tight as the AFC West. And from there, a 3-0 divisional start suddenly becomes realistic, and that's the kind of momentum that can define an entire season. This is what winning does. It creates belief. It creates opportunity. And more than anything, it puts a team on the biggest stages, Monday night lights, Sunday night rivalries, games where every snap feels like it carries the weight of a season. That's what the Chargers are chasing right now. Not just wins, not just stats, but a chance to play meaningful football when the whole world is watching. And after what we saw in Week 1, it's hard not to believe they just might be ready for it.